way.
They look like they could go all the way. They've been awesome.
137-98 victors last night, a 39-point win. Do you know the Knicks, the last 3 games, have won by a combined 119 points?
Yep.
29, 51, 39. Nuno, you are a diehard, lifelong Knicks fan. Are you ready to say they're going all the way like Canty is saying they are?
My confidence is up there, but I also know that as Jalen Brunson said last night with SVP, that the way they're shooting isn't sustainable. But there's a lot of really good traits, right? So I'm confident in. I'm actually confident in my head coach making adjustments.
He's good.
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown's good.
Mike Brown has been really good. I do feel like they have these ebb and flows all throughout all the year. So it feels like something's clicked on this team, and they've taken actually these games serious and try to put them out of reach at the end of by halftime. And I wonder if they do make it to the finals, that we're going to look at the fact that the Hawks being up 2-1 on them was the turning point for them.
So you're already looking past the Sixers and the winner of the Pistons. I'm just asking because you talked about the finals.
No, I said if they do. Because the goal is still, you have to get to the finals as well as you're playing. And even before that, the edict down from James Dolan was finals, right? That's what the expectation. Yep. You fired the coach that got you to the Eastern Conference Finals because you didn't think he can get you to that next step. Well, the next step is the finals. There's still so much to play. The 76ers could become the best team in the East as Tim Bontemps has anointed them.
Oh my God!
He is so mad at Bontemps.
Really not happy with that.
Is Tim Bontemps enemy number 1?
I think with Knicks fans, yes, it is.
But why?
It's just not Bontemps. It's this whole narrative of I've heard our friend Emmett Golden last night talking about not giving the Knicks any credit for how they destroyed the Hawks in Game 6. Right? It's their fault. We've seen Harry Douglas.
Why are you focusing on the negatives? You are pummeling teams.
Yeah, Nuno. Let's look at some of the numbers, Nuno, and why you should feel great about this. Okay, Evan brought up the way that they've been winning recently, but the wins have been really impressive. Their average margin of victory for the Knicks, 33.2 points since they fell behind 2-1 to the Hawks. Think about that, Nuno. They are hitting their stride at the right time. And based on the way you were just talking about this team, I have to ask, do you think the series is already over after one game?
Sounds like he does, right?
I do not. But also, Evan, hold on. All I'm doing is finding motivation anywhere I can. Your hero, Michael Jordan, what did he do?
Liddell Eccles, let's go.
What did Michael Jordan ever do?
He found funny Smalls.
Come on.
He found motivation in anything that he wasn't even there.
Is Nuno comparing himself to Michael Jordan?
He's just comparing himself to Michael Jordan.
The Michael Jordan of Knicks fans.
Are you on the team?
He's drumming up fake motivation for a team that's outscored its opponents by 135 points the last 4 games.
Nuno's like, Embiid, we had no problem with
There's
Embiid.
a big difference between motivation, searching for motivation, and searching for confirmation bias, which is what Nuno is doing. He didn't believe the Knicks coming into this playoffs, and now he's just looking for anyone that doubts them so that he can put them up on a pedestal as the ones doubting the Knicks, rather than admitting that it was him all along.
And he took that personally.
Great drop, Courtney. Great drop. We got Nuno with the iPad. That's what we need.
Yeah, no problem
Rob,
with
get
that.
on it. We need Nuno in that beautiful home that MJ has on Jupiter Island in Florida, listening to ESPN West Palm, of course, while doing this, and then with the iPad. We need Nuno with the iPad, Rob. Do your job.
He is the Michael Jordan of Knicks fans.
Nuno has a similar home in Bridgeport.
Can I just say one thing in all seriousness about the Knicks?
Sure.
Because I think, been fairly ripped by Knicks fans because I'm saying OG's the best player on the team because of the two-way aspect of it.
OG's been great.
Yes.
18 points on 8 shots.
The Knicks right now, the New York Knicks, are awesome.
They
are
have
the
hit their
best
stride.
team in the Eastern Conference. And any concern that I have had, which is the individual defense of Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, is completely negated by the fact that they are so much better than their opponents over the last week or so, that they are up so many points that a team could go on a 20-0 run and still be down 20. They are awesome. They absolutely should get to the NBA Finals.
They are awesome, but I also don't think the version of what we saw with Philly last night is what they're going to get in Game 2. Obviously, that was a very taxing series versus Boston, and you thought that there would be some fatigue factor from Philly. So I expect them after a spell to come back in a different manner. So we'll see after game 2. But the stretch that the Knicks have been on, they've looked really, really impressive. Also, Nuno, at the game last night, they were giving away playoff towels and T-shirts, and I secured both for you.
I appreciate that. But
Gotcha.
Smalls, because you just brought that up, so you guys can answer this. Everyone talks about the fatigue, and I know that's been the bigger thing because they played Saturdays, big 7 games, that 7-game series. But we're at the point now with this series, it's every other game. So I just don't know, how much rest you're going to get to be able to be fatigue isn't going to be a situation in this series.
Wait, so are you negative or positive now? I'm confused.
I'm just all over the place, Evan. That's the beauty of me.
No, can I ask a question?
Sure.
When's the parade going to be?
There's no parade until the job is done. Here we go again. And then you wonder why Knicks fans are so defensive. It's because of this.
Well, you're the one who is looking past the Sixers.
I'm not looking past the Sixers.
You just talked about them being in the finals.
I said if. You guys don't listen. If. I said if we'll go back to the Hawks series and the switch. But I also
hopefully Michael Calls is on the call.
I still think there's
Shout out to Michael K.
There's obviously a lot of work to do. This series is far from over.
But you're feeling good.
Yes, Smalls.
As you should. You should feel
They're
good.
awesome.
You should feel really good about them.
Awesome.
Hard to ignore how dominant they've been.
That's right. Okay. Well, congrats.
Tim
to the Knicks.
Bontemps ignored how dominant they've been.
Yeah, wait. Bontemps,
fraud.
because
Catching 3 strays this morning.
yeah,
Poor
Bontemps is our guy. We love Bontemps.
We love him.
Because
Some of us do.
No, I think Nuno loves him, but I don't know why Tim
anymore.
Bontemps, Hoop Collective, ESPN.com, great ESPN reporter, he just picked the Sixers.
No, it's the fact that he said.
picked the Sixers.
Well, no, yes, he picked the Sixers, but the fact that he said the Sixers beat the Celtics, they have a clear path to the finals. That part right there is what Knicks fans are focusing on. Him being almost dismissive of the Knicks. That's what it is.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Well, there was another game last night. We almost talked about it until Canty was fitting Nuno for a ring, and Nuno compared himself to Michael Jordan.
Unreal way to start the show.
I mean, seriously.
Shot of life. Thank you, Nuno.
Wow. Okay.
Nuno Jordan. Who knew?
We will get to the Wolves. Their awesome win last night at San Antonio. Smallest quick question.
Yes.
Any update? Did Embiid PayPal you the money in order for you to go to the games in Philly, in order for you to get a dishwasher? Because Embiid said he basically would pay for everybody's tickets in Philly. Any update on that?
There has been no contact between Joel and I, and I'm a little disappointed because he did offer publicly.
Yes, he did.
I stepped up to the plate.
You did.
Said, you're offering, I will be there because I need a dishwasher. No contact from Joel.
Well, we know
He had
how
his hands
he'll do
full
it.
last night, though.
Yeah,
So.
well, he didn't need to play much because his team got annihilated. And Courtney, good morning to you as well. of
Good
course.
morning.
Good morning.
Michelle, can I just ask, you did this sports doubleheader yesterday.
Yep.
Where's your Aura ring? What's your sleep telling you? Have you slept at all?
I am looking at about 4 hours and change, maybe close to 5, which is better than yesterday, 0 minutes. And it was completely worth it because what an unbelievable New York City sports day I had yesterday. I went to the Yankees-Orioles day, Bluebird day at the ballpark, not a cloud in the sky, unbelievable weather. Got to see an Aaron Judge home run in person, which is something I'd never seen before. It was awesome. Obviously, a beautiful and touching tribute to the late, great John Sterling before the game, and Michael Call giving the tip of the cap to John Sterling with the Aaron Judge home run call. So that was a wonderful experience. Then hopped on downtown, went to Madison Square Garden and watched the Knicks absolutely work the 76ers in game 1 of that series. So A+ day for you.
Are you a real New Yorker now? You just pulled the sports doubleheader that I think affirms her, Evan, as a true New Yorker. I'm into this.
That's interesting.
Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate that.
Is that, you're saying that's the mark of a true sports fan in the town you're in? You got to do the doubleheader, Courtney?
Not necessarily, but...
No, but it's an interesting take because I'm thinking back. I did a Mets-Yankees the day of, in 99, Knicks-Pacers, the Larry Johnson 4-point shot. That game, which was one of the great games ever played at Madison Square Garden. Pretty sure I went to Mets-Yankees that same day. and then went to the Garden for that.
Wow.
Which was an unbelievable sports doubleheader. I don't think in all my years growing up in New York and living in New York, I don't think I did many of those, to be honest with you.
Well,
Is that the
Michelle's
rite
got you
of
beat.
passage?
I don't know if it's a rite of passage, but I think it's pretty darn cool that she got to go to a Yankees game and then see an absolute blowout. Michelle, you could have left in the third quarter and caught up on your sleep like an extra 45 minutes had you not stayed for the majority of the Knicks game.
For sure, but the environment at Madison Square Garden was intoxicating. It was unbelievable. I was so tired, and it was hard to get out of there because I wanted to stay for the entirety of the game because the energy in the Garden, playoff basketball, the way that the Knicks looked last night, which I know we're going to get to here in a second, but you could just feel the excitement pulsating through Knicks fans because they've waited a long time for this, and after what happened last season, their hopes are even higher. So it was really cool to be there.
I've never done a sports doubleheader like that, so
Wait a second.
It's very exciting.
You're the one that's saying it's the rite of passage, but you've never actually done it.
I did not say it was rite of passage. You asked the question. I think it's something that's very cool that makes her, just affirms her New Yorkness, if you want to call it that. Because she's not a New York sports fan, but she got to do two very New York sports fan things yesterday.
Yes, that's correct.
I also think you're an official New Yorker when you cry on the subway, which I've also done. So check. I'm official.
Cry on the subway.
Yeah, people always say if you cry on the they say if you're here 10 years, you're a true New Yorker, and or when you've cried on the subway for the first time.
Okay.
Which I've definitely done.
Never heard that before.
Yeah.
You know, we were going to get to the Knicks and the 76ers in 10 minutes.
Let's do it.
But here's the thing. I would like Nuno to not weigh in on this.
Oh, to
Cam, Pratt, and Pat Costello. We got breaking news by way of text. Would you like to go with this just to annoy someone right now? Just on the fly producing here.
Yes, I'd love to.
Okay.
I sound real enthused.
I don't know what text you're talking about.
The one that came in the group chat?
Yes.
Should I read it?
Per sources, this is Chris Canty. Canty is in parts unknown. And he just texted the entire group chat what, Smalls?
Chris Canty checking in.
This is now the second name you've gotten wrong today.
I said Chris Canty. What's the first?
Chris Canty, and you called him Michael Coles instead of Michael K.
Wait, I called him Michael. We're waking up. Chris Canty,
Yes,
Super Bowl
that's his name.
champion of the New York Football Giants, checks in our Unsportsmanlike chat from parts unknown and says, Knicks are going all the way. 5 exclamation points. Congrats, Nuno.
Oh,
Nuno,
wow.
Nuno, I know there's a lot to get into. Anthony Edwards is a beast.
He's unreal.
He did the exact opposite of what Courtney Cronin was critiquing Jason Tatum for yesterday and not playing in Game 7. Anthony Edwards said, screw it. I don't care what happens to me. I am finding a way to play. And that he did. And they deserve all the credit in the world. And that game was unbelievable. And Champagny at the end missing a three-pointer. Mitch Johnson, the head coach, not calling a timeout, et cetera, et cetera. Wemby missing too many threes. Don't shoot from behind the arc so much. We will get to all of that. But Nuno, Canty's off. He weighs in. We must get to his take, no?
Well,
that you're going all the way?
I know what he's doing here. He's just, it's Canty. Canty's just trying to mess with me. He doesn't believe it. He's just trying to troll me all the way from parts unknown, that type of thing. That's all he's doing. I know this game.
Well, are you going all the way? I mean, here's what we're going to do.
All right,
Why don't we just do this? Let's flip it right now, okay? Let's talk about the Knicks for a second.
Let's do it. I would love
Since Canty
to.
weighed in, can we just flip it quickly? Because